Howdy strangers, it's been way too long since I've uploaded a video, but we're back at it, and here I'm just showing you how I routed out my window openings, and I did learn a bunch on what to do and what not to do, but you'll want to go clockwise and not counterclockwise. If you go counterclockwise, the router gets kind of squirrely, and then you'll want to start on that left corner and work your way around clockwise, because if you start out at the bottom first, then the wood is wanting to split on the right side there. But anyway, we're just gonna finish this up and then say hello to the old girl.
Hey, Penny girl. What you doing, old dog? What's your old dog doing?
What's my old girl doing? You happy to see your daddy? You love your daddy? Your daddy loves you. Your daddy loves you, old dog. And now that we got the dog loving out of the way for now, we're back at the routing of the openings and just kind of moving the ladder back and forth to get out of the way of the router on that one. I had a good solid base at the bottom, so I wasn't worried about it falling. But now we're working on putting the sill tape in here to hopefully keep water off the sills, and so these things will hopefully never rot. And I did just put it in by hand here, and this one was aluminum sided, and I realized that my hands are starting to get all aluminum coated, so we switched and put some gloves on, and just kind of snipped the corners there, but got it around there as best I could. And then the bottom ones are 6-inch wide pieces, and then along the sides of the windows here it's 4-inch flashing. And I did just show you that I do it with my hand. You're supposed to use a little roller to press the tape in, but I just used a little 1x2 end and just kind of rubbed against all of it, and it hopefully adhered pretty well. And we get to put our first window into place. And so you know, if you're doing this, you're supposed to keep the window closed and locked so the window stays as square as it can be when you're putting it into place. So don't do it as I was doing it here, but in the end I think it worked out. I went inside and shimmed it up a bit and tried to make it as smooth as possible, or square as possible. And then I didn't fully screw it in, I just did it in a few spots, and then I run around the gap with this caulking here. It's in between the window and the wall behind it, behind the window flashing, and then I go in and squish it all in, and then go around and secure it with screws so it's tight, and then the caulking squeezes out. And I got the thumbs up with that one there. So we're back on the other side of the house, the back side per se, and we're back to routing the openings, and we're working on the bump out windows here. And this is one of two of the bigger windows that I had, and it doesn't look too big there until I come back around, and there you go. That's one of my bigger openings, and I believe there'll probably be a little couch in that section of the bump out, so it's kind of the living room area per se. And I think we have just a couple more windows to do, the back shear wall of the bump out, and then this one is the backyard facing back bedroom window. And there will be one more opening in the future for a back door near me there on the left, but I don't have the proper door at this moment, so we'll just keep it enclosed for now. And then an interior view of me putting on the window flashing, and there you can kind of see the little wood block I used to kind of adhere it better. And then we'll just go with the 4-inch flashing on the upside. And this is what happens when you fail. I didn't measure the opening before I taped it, and I just realized this window is not going to fit in there. Wah, wah. So we pulled it down, and I did some finagling with a hammer, and it wasn't pretty, so I didn't record it. And so we got the window to fit. It's a little tighter fit than you really want. If the house settles a lot in the future, that could crack that window. These houses are light, so I'm not really too worried about it. And then here's one of the bigger windows that I have, two of the biggest windows. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put that in myself up that ladder, but we got her in there. But the neighbor said he'd come help me if I needed. But I am stubborn and like to do everything on my own, it seems. And so I was able to get it myself, so happy about that. And just caulked around the edges and screwing it in there, getting her into place. And moving on to the next one. It's kind of weird watching, I don't know, just from the interior view of me putting the windows up, kind of like, hey, who's that guy out there? And that's just me putting the shims in, and I'm slowly closing the windows, kind of tapping it, and you want the bottom of the corner window and the top corner to like close at the exact same time, make sure everything's level, and that's how I figured out how to get it square. And another thumbs up on that one. And then the easiest ones to put in are these little tiny bathroom windows. Don't really need to put shims in there because you can kind of manipulate it and screw at the same time, and then level it up and caulk her up. And these are the only windows that one I didn't caulk it before I put in because I kind of had to climb up the ladder pretty far with it. But this one here on the backside bathroom, I was able to caulk it before I put it up and in, and because it was so easy. Otherwise I'll be grabbing and getting caulk all over my hands on any of those bigger windows. So that's how we do. I just think that view is funny of who's that guy working on the outside of my house. But anyway, more shims, level, making sure everything's good, and it's thumbs up approved. And back to caulking, and back to screwing. And here's the other big one. It got blurry, but I just wanted to show me putting that big one in there. And then here's the back bedroom, and the window opening was a little bit too skinny. I probably went too far on the left side of the 16 on center for that one, so we had to just cut out and then chisel out the opening so the window will fit in there, so I won't have another failure of putting one in there. But we got that all done, and all my windows are in place. So hope you guys enjoyed that quick little update.